there's wars going on all throughout the world. You know, some is being talked about in the media, some is being ignored and not being talked about. You have the conflicts that's going on over in Africa with Burkina Faso and the French, and you have things that's going on over in Ethiopia and just Guinea and Zimbabwe. You have so many different wars that's going on. You have wars going on in Ukraine and Russia. But there's one war that's going on now that's dominating the airwaves, and it's the war between Israel and Palestine. And a lot of people has been speaking on this. But one notable black person that decided to chime in on this and speak on this was D.L. Hughley. And D.L. Hughley had something to say about this. Let's check out what D.L. Hughley had to say, and we'll come right back.
Israeli government right now is taking the time to like call out celebrities who are Palestinian, and they're saying they're not condemning the actions.
Here's the thing. I have no doubt that what Israel has the right to defend itself. I think that what Hamas did was an abomination. But I also can hold in my head the idea that there are people in Palestine who are rich too. And I refuse to believe that every Palestinian, every person that's trapped in Gaza is a terrorist.
So people like Vlad TV, who's made money off blacks, in the industry, he has some choice words to say about Drake, who is half Jewish, for not speaking up on the war. He also had words to speak up for the chubby guy, the Palestinian, who's not speaking up. Also, there was also a black girl from NYU that lost a $250,000 a year job for actually taking the side of the Palestinians. And it's crazy because, as black people, we have our own issues. But somebody like Dr. Umar Johnson, he chimed in, and Umar Johnson has some choice words about this war and how he felt. He gave his explanation as to what he feels as though black people should be doing in a crisis in a time like this. Let's check out what Dr. Umar Johnson had to say, and we'll come right back.
Peace and Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism. First of all y'all who got a problem with me because I said I'm focused on black people's problems, well, guess what? You could stay mad. I'm focused on black people's problems. Last time I checked, I was the creator of Unapologetically African. Last time I checked, I'm the founder of Unapologetically Black. That's my concept. That's my movement that y'all done ran with, talking about you unapologetically African, but you afraid to say that you worried about your people's problems. Ain't nobody helping us. You got 27 million Africans in the Congo, displaced, environmental issues, hunger, poor health care. You got 1 million Ethiopians who've been murdered. You got Sudanese who have died. Ain't nobody said nothing about the Sudanese. Ain't nobody said nothing about the Ethiopians. Ain't nobody said nothing about the Congolese. But you want me to cry tears for the Arabs? Listen, I hope the Arabs in the West Bank in Gaza, I hope they get all they get. I hope they are protected. I hope nobody dies. I hope those babies' lives are safe. I hope the women are cared for. I hope that there's no bloodshed, no violence. But if you think I'm going to take time out of struggling for African people, if you think I'm going to stop my agenda to liberate my people, to go cry for people who don't cry for me, if you think I'm going to stop what I'm doing and pay attention to what's going on over there when y'all don't even pay attention to what's going on in Africa. Y'all don't pay attention to what's going on in Ethiopia. Y'all don't pay attention to what's going on in the Congo. The greatest humanitarian crisis in the world is in the Congo, not the West Bank. I said the greatest humanitarian crisis in the world is in the Congo, not the West Bank, not the Gaza Strip, not Israel, but in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. So don't tell me I got to cry for whites and browns. I'm crying for black people. And I don't care who don't like it. I don't care who don't like it. You got police killing black people in America every day. We got police killing black people in America every day. We got hunger. We got gentrification. We got miseducation. We got mass incarceration. And you want me to go crying for white and brown people? I'm not going to do it. I hope nobody dies. I wish them well. But my focus, my priority is on Africa and African people, those at home and those abroad.
And as war breaks out in Israel and in Palestine, me as an African American, my heart goes out to the people that's losing their lives over there in the Gaza Strip. But as an African American and as an African, my main focus is on the liberation and the fight for black people and Africans worldwide. As Dr. Umar eloquently said, there's millions of people in the Congo displaced, famine, all kinds of things that's going on, and it's not hitting the news. There's wars going on in Burkina Faso and coups that's happening all throughout Mali and places in Africa. There's people fighting for ancestral land in Zimbabwe. Here in the cities in America, Chicago, Philadelphia, we're still fighting for reparations and fighting against gentrification and schools that's not getting its proper funding. There's so many different things that's going on in the black world, and for some reason, it seems as though everybody wants us to care about everything but our situations. I would tell black people, you can sympathize, you can send money if you want to, but your main focus as an African, as a black person, should be directly to your people and your group as a people. What's going on in the Caribbean and places like Jamaica and Haiti? The situation in Haiti is dire. Nobody cares. Nobody's speaking or supporting the dire situation in Haiti in a manner in which they want you to speak on Israel and what's happening in Gaza Strip. A lot of these groups, they get funding from the U.S. every year. They'll be able to bounce back. But what about all the resources that's being stolen from the Congo? See, the greatest atrocity that's happening on this planet right now is happening in the Congo. But that's something that don't nobody want to talk about. That's happening in those coltan mines, right? But the main focus that they want you to focus on is what's happening in Israel between two groups that's been fighting for over 5,000 years. And I think that these groups will defend themselves. They don't really need us to really come out in full force and support them, because a lot of these groups don't support us. Matter of fact, a lot of these groups are anti-us. A lot of them control the media. They control the movie sectors. And we're depicted in the worst possible way that you can ever imagine. And it's controlled by certain groups that's asking us to support them. Well, as an African American and as an African, my job is to liberate the minds of our people and to make our plight important to the world. Because when I check Fox News and I check all these other places, I don't see the plight of African Americans on TV, or what's happening in the Congo, or what's happening in Ethiopia. What's happening in Ethiopia, war between the Amhara people, and it's just all kinds of stuff that went on in August with so many people getting killed and a state of emergency. Nobody cared. What about the state of emergencies in Philadelphia, Memphis, where you got black blood on the street everywhere? And we're asking for resources, but instead they ship in a bunch of immigrants and provide resources and money for them. You provide resources and money for Ukraine. You provide resources and money for the Israel situation. But as black Americans, we're still sitting here with our hands up like, hey, we need resources to redevelop our own people. There's blood in the streets of America, of our people. Nobody goes on deaf ears. Nobody cares. So my heart goes out to anybody that loses their life in conflict and war. And I wish that an end could be put to it, and lives could be saved. But my main focus as a black American is on our issues and our conflict here in America. So if you want to support as black Americans, you can. But for the most part, mind your business. Stay off of that, because the minute you speak out and oppose to one group, they'll come out against you, and we don't have the power to stop them. So I'm gonna cut this short here. Leave your comments in the comment section, and remember, I love y'all. Till the next time, peace.